Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have some groundbreaking news in the field of drug development. We are diving into the latest development of India's first dengue vaccine, DengiALL. The Indian Council of Medical Research, that is ICMR, and Panacea Biotec have initiated phase 3 trial of a tetravalent dengue vaccine. This trial is a significant step towards combating dengue, a disease that affects millions every year. In this video, we understand the scenario of dengue prevalence across the globe. Along with that, we understand why is it difficult to develop a dengue vaccine, and finally learn about phase 3 trial initiated for India's first indigenously developed dengue vaccine. Without further ado, let's start. So first and foremost, let us understand what is the current scenario of dengue across the world. So when it comes to dengue, it is a viral infection that spread from mosquitoes to people. It is more common in the tropical and subtropical climate due to obvious favorability towards the vector, that is mosquitoes. The dengue virus is transmitted to humans through the bites of infected female mosquitoes. Primarily, a major chunk of them is Aedes aegypti mosquito. Now, the incidence of dengue has grown dramatically across the world in recent decades. As reported by WHO, the cases have increased from 430 cases in 2000 to 5.2 million cases in 2019. And the highest number of dengue cases was recorded in 2023, just last year, which affected more than 80 countries across the world. So, as you can see, that dengue is not only limited to tropics anymore. As we move towards global warming, it is spreading across a lot of countries. Now, you need to understand there is no specific treatment for dengue. The focus when a person is affected by dengue is on treating the pain symptoms, and most cases the dengue fever can be treated at home with pain medicines. Now, these particular vectors of dengue adapt to new environments and the climate and risk that we face today, the shift in the climate change and increasing global temperature. So the dengue is spreading from the tropical to subtropical areas, and it is also uh, initialized by rapid urbanization and movement of population, that is migration from one place to another. So this is the current dengue scenario across the globe. So now let us understand that why is it difficult to develop a dengue vaccine, because dengue has been affecting the entire global population since long. But what are the issues with the development of a dengue vaccine? So first and foremost, we must understand that there is no one single serotype, but there are four serotypes of dengue virus. That is DEN1, DEN2, DEN3 and DEN4. And immunity to one serotype does not essentially protect you from the other serotype. Okay, so having multiple serotype is a challenge. Next thing is antibody dependent enhancement. Now a vaccine whenever designed must avoid the antibody dependent enhancement because it increases the risk of severe dengue in some circumstances. Okay, so when you have antibody dependent enhancement, then it should protect you from the disease prevalence and recurrence. But if that is the case, then it when it comes to dengue, it increases the risk of dengue. Okay, the third thing is cross reactivity. Now a vaccine must elicit a specific serotype response to each of the four serotypes. Okay, now if that is developed, it minimizes the cross reactive antibodies. That is the third reason. Fourth thing is prevalence. Now prevalence of subtypes varies from country to country and it fluctuates regularly. So a targeted vaccine of any of the one serotype would not be helpful. And last but not the least, that if you are infected with one of the serotype, and it can lead to complication if the person is later infected with another serotype. For example, if you are affected by DEN1 and then again you are affected by DEN3, then it increases the symptoms, the severity of the disease itself. So these are the major 5 challenges why it is difficult to develop a dengue vaccine. Now ICMR and Panacea Biotech have prepared a tetravalent vaccine and they are starting the phase 3 trial of first indigenously developed dengue vaccine, that is DengiALL. Now this particular vaccine is indigenous, it is tetravalent, that is it has all the four serotypes, that is DEN 1, 2, 3 and 4, and DengiALL has been developed by Panacea Biotec, and currently there is no antiviral treatment or licensed vaccine against dengue in India. So this would be the first treatment. Next thing is that when it comes to DengiALL, as I've explained, that it is a type of recombinant live attenuated tetravalent vaccine candidate, and therefore it is targeting all four serotypes which are prevalent across the world. So you don't have to worry about affecting the rest of the serotype because all of the serotypes are covered here. Now, as you know that there are four distinct serotypes. Now, each of the serotype has a genetic uniqueness, and the prior infection with one single serotype leads to severity of the same disease, okay, when affected by different serotype, and this is called as antibody dependent enhancement. So through this particular vaccine, which is tetravalent vaccine, we can minimize the risk of antibody dependent enhancement so that it is not affected whenever a disease reoccurrence is targeted. And this particular tetravalent vaccine strain was originally obtained from NIH USA, and this particular strain has shown promising results in preclinical and clinical trials across the world. So in other countries, they are working with TV003 and DV005 strains, and it has been proven effective against the dengue. Now, Panacea Biotech has collaborated with ICMR because this will help them to conduct phase 3 clinical trial across 19 sites and 18 states and union territories across the India. And this particular trial would be involving 10,335 healthy adult participants. Okay. Now, this particular trial will be primarily funded by ICMR with a partial support from Panacea Biotech, and this is because it has been used as an effort to bring treatment to the masses, and this is set to follow up with another participant for 2 years. So this particular vaccine trial will be done for 2 years, and this particular initiative, that is the collaboration with ICMR and Panacea Biotech, is a significant step towards developing indigenous vaccine and one of the most pressing public health challenges, that is dengue. Okay, and this particular collaboration also exemplifies the government's commitment towards Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is being self-sustainable towards development of vaccine in India. And this particular vaccine trial was begun on 14th of August, and the first participant was vaccinated by this particular DengiALL vaccine in PGIMS Rohtak. Okay, so this is about the development of dengue vaccine. Why is it difficult, and what is the trial status of the dengue vaccine? So I hope we were able to convey you the India's first indigenous development vaccine and all the information regarding it. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to our channel. Thank you.